A darle, loco.
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
Jeje, primer problema, no me van los controles.
He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble. Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion. He sees what's left of the rippling walls, years of work undone in an instant, in the calamity. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground. Kid pops him good. Fella got a piece of him, though. Kid just rages for a while.
No sé qué me hablas.
An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do. Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink. A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines. Kid finds a memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy her. It's a wonder the old saloon's still standing. Used to have the nicest view. He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did. Rondi always wanted his ashes scattered here. Then Kid finds his trusty shield. The security takes him for a petty thief. Special delivery. Gas fellas. Windbags start turning up for last call.
Cuidado que hay parry.
More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. big old fella pops out in front of the kid. Then windbags are playing for keeps. Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop. He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke. Wasn't long before the kid could loose an arrow, strong and true. The kid spies a good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back. The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land. Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid. Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome. He's a mighty fast learner. He finds the distillery, right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man. The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
Bueno, vamos, de tiro. Del tiro. Prefiero, pero a ver cómo va.
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins. That one was Maud, the tutor. Once taught the kid good manners. He never used them, though.
Ya, bueno, yo qué sé.
An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The Bastion's real close now.
Madre mía. Madre mía.
takes a chunk of alloy. The smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags. Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did. Drops a scumbag in his last meal. Kid puts him out of his misery. Bad time to run out of black tonic.
El sonido de las piedras, que es satisfactorio.
He finds the core to the wharf district. He steals the city's heart. Might as well. Kid has a feeling you better get a move on. The place is starting to fall. See, that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat.
Dios mío, que no ve nada.
Kid just keeps running. At last, the skyway's in sight. Whisks him where he needs to go. Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races.
El Bastion.
Did anybody else survive?
Y los sonidos. De
Sure
verdad.
enough,
Qué
he
maravilla.
finds another. He finds me.
El puto viejo.
We talk for a spell. There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest, enough to point the way to the cores. All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there, then watch. I try to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, all right, except no one else showed up. Ain't always much to say. And just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again, growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Kid ponders what to build. Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply.
Bueno.
Where whiskey has no scent, but tastes like a peppered boot heel, it's not for everyone. The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands.
Madre, ¿qué es esto?
The breakers used to come here for target practice. Used to play a little game. See who could bust the most targets and the fewest shots.
Ok.
He's focused, he's armed, and he's off. The perfect shot just happens in a flash.
Puta madre.
solid performance.
Ya se puede repetir.
Kid ain't had enough of the Breakers barracks.
Vamos a avisar. A ver. Tenemos 1, 2. 1, 2. Espérate. 1, 2. 3, 4. En vez de 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Takes practice, and a mighty strong bow helps too.
Puta mierda. No llega. Puta mierda. Vale, vale. Esto está easy. Esto está easy. Pum, pum, pum.
He's feeling real proud of that show.
Okay, my boy.
I almost don't believe it when he says he passed the Breakers challenge. Sometimes a single look says it all.
No que lo localizado. Uy.
Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong.
El límite del bien.
Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? He heads for the squirt steps. Won't be no field trip this time. Scumbag can digest just about anything. Except for this. It's quick for slicing and light enough to throw. They say even the most rambunctious squirts can be tamed. Squirts don't make the best of friends, but they can be useful in a pinch. No sign of the core here. At least the kid got something for his trouble. Them squirts just don't know when to quit.
Ah, se tanquea los ataques. Vale, lo puedo cambiar.
He heads for the biggest dump in town. Scumbag alley.
Okay.
And there he is, the oldest scumbag of them all, Gershel. Calamity ain't done much for Gershel's sunny disposition. They always said old Gershel wouldn't go without a fight. The rest of the path is gone for good, and his city crest won't bring it back. No core, no surprise. Like the gas fellas are hiding it from him. He heads for the east side, where windbags used to keep the local forge. Inside the forge, Kid can fine-tune those instruments of his.
Okay.
With a good length of Miska, that bow's like new again. Cora ain't here neither, so he's gotta guess again. Up north is where the gas fella foreman used to live, tending to his flock.
No!
Keeps telling himself he better watch his step. Know why gas fellas all dress alike? Kids wondering the same thing.
Hombre, a ver, fuego siempre viene bien.
Kid packs a special surprise in every one of those arrows. And there it is, but it's locked down tight in an alloy cage. The blustery old foreman is keeping his fellas in check, almost like he's showboating the crowd. And now there's a new marshal in town. He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall. Kid's ready to go, and his ticket out's right where he started.
Vale.
He comes back, just like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it. The windbags used to be all right. Then the calamity took the floor out from under him. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next.
Ok. A ver, ¿qué? Almacenar.
The Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to.
Ah, es con el otro arma, vale.
A bow and a machete, every bit as effective as the fancier stuff. Dread rum's brewed from swamp weeds, so its effect is as bold as its flavor.
¿Entonces? Ah. Ah. Pero avisa la nota, ¿no?
Picked up traces of other cores while the kid was out.
¿Qué?
In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt.
Ah,
Of all the plans to survive the calamity, it had to be stab weeds.
flips.
Blasted things hurt like a broken heart. If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down.
Ow.
Core stuck inside one of those fancy cages. He throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong? Quite a bit, as it turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All Kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in. Not every squirt's born bad. Some spring to the kid's defense. Judging by the movement of the cage, it's gonna take a little while. Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Even some gas fellas take his corner. Heard he popped that mean old foreman. At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes, maybe 30. Hard to tell.
Tanto. Ah,
Squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up. It ain't all bad, as the kid finds some spices from the motherland, tax-free. One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy. It's a troublesome scene to be sure. Moments left, and the core goes free. 10, 9, 8, 7. Give or take a few seconds. Finally, the core's within reach. And done. He's got it. Just gotta get to the nearest barge.
bastante guapo. He's got it.
I still remember the look on his face after that one.
Muchas gracias.
Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Caelondia. It was good living here for a while. The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started.
Muy bueno.
A lot of things need fixing up in this world, and we can start right here. Kids' lifelong friends looking fit to keep on fighting. Cinder brick stout sure goes down smooth, then stays in your gut like a rock. Ain't much kid can't handle with hammer and bow in hand.
Are you sure you wanna fight me?
Windbag Ranch was built for gathering squirt extract in copious supply. Ain't nothing more healthful. Some folks showed up to make a fast buck with nothing but a knife. Other folks came to train their throwing arms.
Pero que estás diciendo es en serio, ¿por qué matar a esos bichos? Pero si huyen de mí.
Still others use the place to test their finest blades. Place gets awful slick sometimes. Coño. Kid cuts all of them down soon enough.
Joder.
Always time for juice and squirts, they used to say. At least the little fellas can't feel a thing. Some squirts try to flee on instinct. Best to put them away first before they rile up the others.
Bim bam, tiki boom.
Well, the kid's gone and struck terror in the hearts of squirts everywhere. Couples used to walk the sundown path. Kid ain't here for pleasure, though. But then, somebody gets to the core before the kid. The floor starts giving way under the lightest step. A single panic squirt could bring the whole place down. Fragments of the old world rain from the sky. Stray valuables are lying everywhere. Kid thinks twice about risking his hide. Well, the path ain't exactly open to visitors no more. Security's all fired up. See, the path was intended for leisurely strolling and such. Not so much for noise and tomfoolery. Sky bridges link the path together. One of them bridges whips the kid along. Finds a spyglass, like the ones they'd use to search the stars. The calamity changed everything, even where the wind blows. Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we could do it again. Who else could have taken the core? Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake. Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back. No, they used to ship live munitions down the path. These wires to toss those things plenty far away. Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky when you wake them up. In all this toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question. Who else could have survived the calamity? So we didn't find the core that time, but that ain't about to stop us.
Lattice pin.
We could always see the stars. We just never could reach them, no matter how high we built. Can't be too careful these days.
¿Qué me dices? Rolling, rolling, rolling.
No place better than Trapper's Shingle for learning to tread light and shoot straight. Trappers had to tread real careful here, else take a nasty fall. They train themselves by clearing out the targets, while not clearing out the floor. Any good trapper knows never to take a step till the time is right.
Dios mío. Bueno.
A decent trapper wouldn't walk away empty-handed.
Dios mío, pero que son muy rápido con la que...
Kid decides to keep working his aim and footwork on the shingle.
Funciona como el culo.
Best time to pick a new spot was when swapping magazines.
Joder, solamente el primero, ¿cuánto es? Tengo que mejorar el arma. Igual tengo que mejorar el arma. No creo.
To think a rickety place like the shingle survived, and so little else did.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
The dead welcome him with open arms. The calamity took everybody after all. The kid sees their plain, frozen faces all around. You don't much care to see him. Not like this. These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. It was someone like him. Kid sees him there at gate, in the flesh. It's a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what. He's got so many questions, after all. Just ain't got time for answers. The Thunder brothers didn't make it. They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Nor did the bird boy. Didn't make it. The Jawsons. They didn't make it.
Cabrón.
Grady Sr., Grady Jr. They didn't make it. But him, he survived.
Cabrón, que me rayo.
Kid finds proof enough that man ain't from around here. Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we? The Corps survived as well. Kid does what he has to do. What do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this. We have to go. Please. He's a proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zolf. No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Caelondia. He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other for the first time. For Zolf, Caelondia was like a second home. He's real worried about his first home, too. Far to the east. We all lost loved ones in the calamity, he says. I don't know how I'm gonna go on without mine. Zolf offers to help me plot the skyways for the kid. At least the calamity hasn't touched the stars, he says. He was born in the Tazzle terminals. The Ura sent him on a mission of peace to our city, and he's lived here ever since. We fought the Ura decades ago, but that was then. Things are different between us now. Kid ain't finished here yet. The Corps, they remember. That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be all right. Well, look what we have here. Lost and found. Here, kid takes fragments of the old world and makes them whole again. All it takes is some fragments, and the Bastion makes it good as new.
Puta.
We tracked down a couple more cores near the edge of the city.
Dun, dun, dun.
No use praying to the gods these days. No time for it either. Folks used to make pilgrimage here to pay their respects to Pith, the Bull, Pith Orchard. Place is a dead end in more ways than one. Well, the gods are long gone now, and the Orchard core is long gone too. Pith stood for something once. Something real. In time, though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration. The gods don't care about trinkets, but the kid ain't no god. He couldn't even save his loyal subjects. Pith makes a decent scarecrow, at least. Then Pith lights up like a rodeo. Ain't easy punching through his hide. Kid breaks him to bits. Must have been guarding that shrine. So what'll it be? Invoke the gods? Or tell them off? Pith. Kid decides to press his luck. Well, if the gods are alive, they must be plenty sore. Kid ain't never seen windbags that quick. Maybe old Pith put a scare in him. Passes Pith's trial, and he's richer for it. Kid ain't found a core, but at least he found Zolf's precious shrine.
Solves.
Now we can build a shrine of our own, though I got some alternatives in mind. Zolf doesn't touch the thing. Says the god of commotion is no children's toy. Now, whale ale ain't made from real whale, but it'll make you strong like one. The Ura feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls. There's only one way to Cinder Brick Fort.
Bonk.
The hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone, but now the fort's crawling with windbags. The calamity was mercy, normal force. The windbags ain't so lucky. They've been left to freeze or starve or face the kid. Well, windbags young and old keep fighting for the fort. At least the marshals left the kid a parting gift. Something the windbags just can't handle. Something that'll punch clean through their greasy hides. Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All they want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal. Business underground like in the old days. Windbags can't use the marshal supplies, but the kid sure can. As for the windbags, Cinder Brick gave them enough heat and metal to munch on for a while, but the fort ain't theirs by right. So many of those sorry things hold up inside that old fort. Not a scratch on him as he presses on to higher ground. Kid's stash of grenades is there for him if things get even worse. Security's plane gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works. trapped the kid in the middle of the force parade grounds. Kid's blasting everything in sight with that newfangled musket. Then they bring out Glutus and Glandon and all their scumbag uncles. The uncles go out with them. They got something to gain, and only their sorry hides. Kid takes down Glutus. Maybe it was Glandon. The other big fella soon joins his brother, wherever they are now. Kid used to dream of getting a marshal's badge, but not like this.
Bastante chido el juego, la
The
verdad.
Skyway's a welcome sight after all that. And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort.
Me encanta, tío. O sea, este es el mismo doblador que el de
Kid
de
shows up
Hades.
just as Ulf's telling me about his own
Hades.
journey to the city.
Es el mismo doblador que Hades, vamos. Y que Hades y que Morfeo y que, bueno, hace...
The
de todo.
marshals seem like
Tiene
good
solamente
men, he
dos dobladores.
says. They treated him with dignity.
En realidad no tiene nada más, pero bueno, voy a ver referencia. No.
Zulf brought his antique smoking pipe all the way
Puto
from the
fumar.
terminals.
Te millas.
Seems the only thing the Calamity saved for Zulf was his smoking pipe. Poor kid collapses after just one drag.
Muy bueno.
The past. Only good thing ever come out of the past is history. Catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started. Fair to say he's led a hard life, supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie. He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there. School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money. Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Ceylondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it. Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too. The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either. So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Caelondia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls. Out there, kid learned to fend for himself, learn to build, learn to break. In time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody. One night, on one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered, cracked, and split apart. He saw nothing where the world used to be. The calamity happened just like that. All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back. Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him. Finally arrived at Caelondia's vaunted safe haven. He and no one else. then. All he got was more thankless work from a man who ain't even asked his name. Sure, I may be the one who dreamt up the walls and the Bastion, but the kid made them real, not me. I'd like to say I'll never forget him, or what he's doing, what he's done. I surely would.
Qué puta rayada, tú. Que he tenido como recuerdos. Plonk.
Even since the Ura surrendered to us, the Marshals kept a wary eye on him. His bow's looking lean and mean like a prize fighter. Turns out those old bones still have some spark in them. That ought to make those fangs sink in nice and deep.
Coño, que no lo he hecho.
Zolf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this. Behold, the Pantheon. The gods never liked competing for people's affections.
A ver si las mejoras se mantienen en las pruebas, porque si no, estás súper jodida. Efectivamente. Difícil, tú. Pero no quería volver. Un muerto a caballo.
Most trappers couldn't get through without a few scrapes.
Vaya aquí. Que sí, que sí. Jesus. Dios mío, tío. Joder.
The accused always got a fair shake in Zealandia. Some used to take the bullhead trial. Survive the trial without taking a scratch, you'd walk away a free man. The bullhead trial taught folks three things. First, a good defense is a good offense. Second, you gotta always watch your back. Third, ain't no godlike bull up there gonna save you. The smarter ones knew when to just step aside and let things go. The kid pulls through in fine form. Court is back in session for the kid. Old ritual from when folks believed there was this godlike bull watching over him. Had to make do with nothing but a shield.
Vale, es que tengo todo apuntado el escudo. Es un poquillo una mierda. Ahora, así. Si mantengo el clic derecho no puedo sacar el escudo. Y... ok, tiene que ser solamente con mayus. Lo que significa que no puedes sacar el escudo mientras estás cargando el arco, lo cual es una mierda, la verdad. Ok. Es que cambia de bicho. Cambia de bicho cuando... Puta mierda. Y que sí. Eso no me vale. Me voy a pegar un chino en la polla. Ok. más rápido. Tres ataques son menos. Los dos últimos los tenía que haber dado. Do you remember? Sin mejor y si September. ¿Ves? Es que me cambia de enemigo, tío. Qué puta mierda de juego. ¡Que estabas chiquito, que hijo de puta! Me han engañado. No le veía, cabrón. Lo tenía, tío. Un poquito falso. Está mal hecho esto. La cosa de escudo de que hay un auto apuntado. Para empezar no tendría que ser así el teclado. El escudo no entiendo, pero el teclado no. Y la verdad es que lo jodo todo. Porque si me pones dos enemigos, en plan... No sé. Me estás jodiendo. ¿Me estás jodiendo, Tobias Snyder? ¿Ves? Así sí. Pero si me disparan a la vez... No se puede. Fuck. Y me da. Y me da. Me quiero pegar un tiro en la polla. Falla. ¡Falla! ¡No te vergüenza! Y falla, tío. No te da vergüenza. Qué pereza. Me quiero morir de escoliosis. Pam, 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 pam. da vergüenza. No me han dado. Hola, necesitas. Canchón. Vale, 3. Muy buena.
The kid pulls it off like it was
Muy
nothing.
buena. Se casó. Pum, pum, pum. Que os den por culo, hijos de puta. Dios mío. Me quiero morir.
There's a hint of pride in his eye when he gets back, and more than a hint in mine. Finders keepers.
Todo para mí. Todo para mí.
Now he can shoot that fang repeater all day long.
Vamos a probar. No hay dispersión, por tanto, donde apuntes donde sea. Y cosas. Y tengo la munición, o sea, por favor. O sea, y hago más daño, o sea. ¿Cómo que segundo premio? Es que es el último, tío. A ver cuánto me falta. 64 muertes. A tu puta casa me voy. No quiero saber nada de esto. Venga ya, como que 64. No, no puedo. O sea. Y con los críticos todos.
Ain't never letting go of his old friend with a sturdy grip like that. The little Zolwood oil on that blade shines like a light. War machetes are so quick, you gotta keep a good grip on them.
Taram, tararam, taram.
The city's unwanted things all met their end in the yard. Folks who fouled up would do their time here, smashing things to bits. The quicker they worked, the sooner they could go. Folks learned to plant their feet and put their backs into it. Others would plot a course to navigate that sea of junk. A good day's smashing can feed a family for a week.
Menos 97 se puede.
Kid pays another visit to the scrapyard for old time's sake. You worked too slow and all you got was a sore back. Some folks invested their earnings to forge even better hammers.
¡27 segundos, mierda! No está mal. Hay que mejorar el martillo. Concepto que no me gusta, mejorar armas para...
Ever want to just smash things for a while? You know where to go.
Y volar, y volar.
The Langston River flowed free and wild till the calamity drank it all up. Maybe all that water just grew wings and flew off. Riverbanks swarming with wood bags. They're so bent on finding the core, they hardly notice the kid. Lucky for him, a certain famous ferry barge is still afloat. Weepin' Nellie. She sends some squirts crying home as she leaves port. Maybe Nellie knows the way to the core. Maybe she can slip right past all the clamor on the coast. Or maybe not. The security skiff pulls up portside. Nellie's just another windbag to those guns. Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with. Try to cut her off. They try to slow her down. They try to knock her out. Well, Weepin' Nellie tries harder. Try as she might, though, she hits a snag. Kid's gotta help her get untangled. Favors for favors. At least she picked a good spot for a break. The core's right there. Sound like 100 flapping wings. Pecker fierce. They had their own eyes on the core. But why? Well, kid ain't got time to think it over just yet. He finds Weeping Nellie raring to go. Turns out she's got a special surprise when the water's getting rough. She's gonna need a little help with all that peckers. Crafty things think they're king of the loose now. Rest of us only wish we could fly in times like these. Security skiffs keep on coming, starboard side. Don't seem to care what they shoot, as long as they hit something. Windbags getting even better out here. They aim to smash Weeping Nellie to splinters. Well, it all proves too much for poor Nellie. She's just gotta make one last stop. With the last breath, Nellie gets the kid to solid ground. Solid ground in pecker country. Seems a calamity ain't hurt the peckers' appetites. They want that core real bad. Might be they want it just as bad as a kid. Kid shoes them off, knowing they'll be back. Know how many times kid nearly fell off the barge back there? About 6 times. Now, listen close. You should remember this next part.
Vale.
Why go to Prosper Bluff? Used to take an enterprising man or a plain old fool to venture out that far. The city was the most beautiful place in the world. We all knew that. But on the other hand, some folks just yearn to see the things they're told they can't. And that's why you go to Prosper Bluff, ain't it?
Coño.
Yeah, the kid hears something he ain't heard in a long while. How's it go again? Yeah, that's the one.
One day the dew is gonna fall. Build that city on a hill. Build that city. Someday those tears are gonna spill. So build that wall and build it strong, 'cause we'll be there for tomorrow. To the sky. ¡Pesado!
Sorry to interrupt.
Dios mío. Dios mío, qué horrible. Someday those tears are gonna spill.
I dig my hole, you build a wall. I dig my hole, you build a wall. One day that wall is gonna fall. Gonna build that city on a hill. Gonna build that city on a hill. Someday those tears are gonna spill. So build that wall and build it strong, 'cause we'll be there before too long. Don't build that wall up to the sky.
Well, no point explaining what happens next, right?
To the sky.
Suffice it to say, kid ain't coming home empty-handed.
Someday
And besides, it's like the song goes.
Gonna build that wall until it's done.
Hola, buenas.
Gonna build that wall until it's done.
They'll be here before too long.
That bird is gonna fly.
We darn near celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we? Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow or again. We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people. But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find.
Rocks. Me falta uno.
If only I'd known half the secrets of the Calamity were tucked away in that book, I'd have worked to translate it right away. Most of the Ura never got a taste of Ceylondia's fine goods, unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here. Sure, the world's all gone to pieces farther than the eye can see, but leave it to this gal to point out the amazing view. Girl tried to run away from home one time, but the marshals stopped that, didn't they? So many secrets in there, and she can't even read it. Her father's own journal. A scientific journal written in Zolf's native tongue. He learned so much from it. Too much.
Someday. Joder, que no tengo ni suficiente nivel.
Come on, give the little tyke a break.
Vale, vale. Perdón. Hermano, ¿cuántas armas hay? No me han dado ninguna.
Kid's surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either. The memorial. Here, Kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind.
Qué pereza, ¿no?
The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more. We track the final core beyond the city to the wilds.
Go build that city on a hill.
The wild unknown. Place can eat a man alive. Place is so raw, even the calamity couldn't cook it.
Joder.
Not all
sí.
of it. You know what's better than having to sling a pistol in a fight? Having two. Savage things lurking at every turn. Good thing pin cushions can't see where they're shooting. Pecker's got the core, like they're building a bastion of their own. The welcoming committee scrambles to attention. Didn't expect the kid so soon.
¿Qué es
The
esto?
wilds drag him down. By now, kid's got more needles in him than stab weed. So many folks lost forever in the wilds.
No entiendo, pero si son
In
10
time, we
oportunidades.
charted the wild unknown, but we kept the name. Place is
Pero,
so
pero,
raw,
¿qué tengo que
even the
hacer?
calamity couldn't cook it. Not all of it. You know what's better than having to sling a pistol in a fight? Having two. Savage things lurking at every turn. Kid learns the hard way not to touch those things. Pecker's got the core, like they're building a bastion of their own. The welcoming committee scrambles to attention. Didn't expect the kid so soon. The wilds drag him down. They shouldn't have let their guard down. Getting that core was one thing. Getting out's gonna be another. He digs his
Qué
way
mierda
out of
de
the
arma
clearing,
más.
but the wilds won't let him go without a fight.
Tío, ¿por qué tengo que llevar esta mierda de arma?
Wallflowers survived the calamity. It toughened him up. Same goes for the kid. Best take it real slow when pincushions are afoot. Sling a Jawson's old outpost is all that's left of him. Kid sticks to his old standbys. Don't ever turn your back on a pincushion. Kid's roused up half the wilds by now. Then Kid gets the feeling he's being watched. Not by me, by a lunkhead. And lunkheads ain't fond of two-legged animals. Hit him anyway. nowhere but the hindquarters, and you only make him mad. The Calamity must have scrambled their eggs. Wild green pineapples about the only good thing out here. The Wild's already reclaimed this place. He's anxious to get back. After all, he's got the final core. His journey's over, right? Well, no, it ain't. Not by a long shot.
Cagüen.
Kid knows something's up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a heated discussion. Zolf can barely muster the words. The Calamity failed, he says, but I will not. And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone. Zolf cursed the city, cursed the Bastion, cursed me, said he was going home. When Zolf got through reading that journal, he just snapped. Started smashing up the monument till I tried to stop him. It wasn't fixed, it was unbroken. A Kobe. Javel.
Ni de coña.
The Masons. We built the city strong. Now there's only two of us.
Just the two of us.
Points just don't get any sharper than that. Zolf banged up the monument pretty bad. But there's a way to put it back together. The shards. We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health.
Qué bien, caramelo botón.
After Zolf's little episode, Kid sets off in search of shards. First stop, Jawson Bog. You'll get lost in that bog, I told the kid, and I won't be able to guide you back. Well, I let him go. What else could I do? What could any of us do? Zolf put us in a real bind. Hurt the Bastion bad.
Me he perdido.
But the shards can make it better. They're like smaller doses of the core's medicine. Shame the only place to fill that prescription is out here in the wilds. This place is intoxicating.
Fuck. I get drucky. My speedy beepy pipe.
Don't know where he's gone. Might be gone for good for all I know. Wherever he is, somewhere I've never been. Somewhere I never want to go. Dead welcome him with open arms. It pops him good. a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a lonesome ghost of a gas fella. What do you say to a kid who's seen too much? I'm Zolf of Ura. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds peckers, lunkheads, wallflowers, pincushions, pineapples, swamp weeds, ankle gators.
¡No puedo
There's
moverme!
no way out.
Yo ya tengo que ir no way out. Y tanto que no way out.
Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild. Kid sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. The security's just straight. He has the nerve to flash the shield he stole. He's a petty thief. Kid succeeds where the calamity failed. Would you look at what he did to poor old Rondi, the bartender? Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. It's so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world's all right, snoozing there on a rock in the sky. He wakes up. I'm just fooling. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. Gods, they're all undone. He sees what's left of his lifelong friend.
¿Qué no me estás dando?
His friend, he's come undone too. He sees what's left undone. Thought we'd lost him, but he finally comes to. The shard ain't lost either. Not anymore. Now to find a ticket out of this hole.
Me caí.
Disgusting things.
Cago en.
Ever heard of a lung blossom? It's bigger than the stories say.
No puedo mover.
Like a scumbag spread a leak. Well, the kid prunes it down to size somehow. Mother only
¿Qué
knows
hace,
what happened in
Bastion?
the bog. Kid
Facilito,
never
hombre.
much cared to speak of it. A shard is like a poor man's core, but beggars can't be choosers. Turn 'em round and round all you like. Pith's still gonna be ugly. That's it. A few more shards like that, and we'll be back in business. A single shard can breathe new life into this place.
Son 6, en serio.
The shard's got enough juice to spruce up any of these places. Just the occasion to crack open the distillery's private reserve. If you're feeling low, count on the buttery flavor of our own Bastion bourbon. The Gravers, the arm of justice. They seemed unstoppable.
Bo, 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 bo.
Ankle gators used to roam the wilds, and they nested at Rotha's Lagoon. Many a tale folks used to scare their children straight originated here. All kinds of beasts we don't know up from down, still lurking about. They moved quick and quiet, and they struck hard. Even the brushers learned to fear this place. They used to think that ankle gators were extinct. Well, they ain't. One of them's been living in the tall grass. They called her Queen Anne. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things. Know what smells worse than an ankle gator's breath? The stinkweed. Ain't time for pecker hunting, but the kid can't resist. Can't fight Queen Anne without the proper tools. The brushers use their pikes to keep their distance around here. Now the kid can do the same. Sharp sticks make Queen Anne nervous, so she backs off a bit. Those pin cushions been living off the ankle gator scraps. Queenie leads the kid into some kind of twisted trap. One bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's lunch. He holds his ground. Seems the Queen's running out of options. He takes off after her. Fast as he can. The closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Those leaping lunkheads don't like Queen Anne any better than the kid. Queen's got one mean bite. Can't get hasty in a place like this. Seems even stinkweeds know to stay away from the Queen. gators don't much care for their young. That's why there ain't many around. Wanna know how to find an ankle gator lair? You use a kid as bait. The shard's sitting in plain view. Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running. She's starting to get annoyed. And now he's made her mad. Rest in peace, Queen Anne. That was for the brushes. Kid's done what needed to be done. Queen Anne's reign is over. We even got a crown jewel. All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it. That gator's a crazy gal. But so's the gal who promised to look after her. They said Queen Anne was just a folktale. Now there's living proof she ain't.
She ain't.
Ain't saying much, but that's the greatest forge in all the city.
¿Qué dices? Oh my boobies.
The next shard should be farther out there in the wilds.
Taran, taran, taran.
Know how Caelondia became the richest city in the world? 2 words. Point Lemaine. If the wilds could ever be tamed, it was gonna happen right here. The army's triggers once had the place on lockdown.
Oh yeah, baby.
Might as well
Tenemos
pick
un
up where
rifle.
they left off. Blam! Just like my fighting days. Gun like that can even put the wilds in check. Point Lemaine seen better days for sure, but it ain't done. Whole place shudders in a fit. The grand rail of Point Lemaine. Not only is it still there, it still works. Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices, but it can give the kid a lift. Just as long as he can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks. Grand rails all grown over with things that Calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back their turf. Kid don't let so much as one of those things slip by. Luckheads
¿Es eso?
settled in like they own the place. Takes fancy footwork on the rail, what with wallflowers and coughing fungus everywhere. Only one way to cure a cough like that. Place used to be closed off, but now it's split open like a rotten pineapple. Of course, the Grand Rails seen much more fighting in bygone times. Near on 50 years ago, first shots fired in the Ura-Ceylani War. It was right here that Zolf's Ura forefathers decided to mix it up. Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign-off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad. The rail must have shook the Ura to the bone down in those dens of theirs. Well, the rail won't last much longer now that the kid took the shard. It's still got one good run in store for him. All the rotten wood there on the rails turned it into swamp weed central. Ever tried dancing side to side while holding your breath? While shooting a genuine registered army carbine? While choking on swamp weed? Hector's trying to prick you in the eye. Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun. But then, at last, it's the end of the line. He'll be picking swamp weed out of those boots for days. Turns out he's got company up at the rail station, waiting for him. Not just another wallflower or pincushion, mind you. At first, he thinks it's Zolf. Turns out he's wrong. This is for you. says the man. Then wham. When the kid comes to, the man's long gone, but something else is there. The only words kid recognizes on that parchment are for Zia. Well, what's a kid to do? He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took that note. That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it? Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get. The note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity and our people. I'll be waiting. Sincerely, Zulf. It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place. Zulf's messenger was one of his people. Wonder just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zulf told him. The arsenal's complete, in case we need protection. Machete and carbine still go well together, just like in war. That's the way to make every shot count. Even the army never issued carbines in such fine shape. The shards are getting harder to find.
Hay que hacer esto, obviamente.
Ceylonia's army only took the best, and the best of them trained on Trigger Hill. The Triggers believed they were nothing without their rifles. Nothing beats the feel of shooting a Ceylonian army carbine. Sometimes you had to take care to steady your shot. The Triggers had clearance to modify their guns however they chose. Some felt the course was too easy, so the Triggers spiced things up a bit. The kid ain't bad, but the Triggers were better.
Intenta hacer un... Pues ¿por qué falla una bala que si no la
If you
tira?
want to master the art of the firearm, then the place to go is Trigger
Ahí
Hill.
vamos. ¿Qué?
Sometimes you had to shoot from the hip.
What?
The hill's quite a bit steeper now that the calamity's had its way.
Pero si da los objetivos. Para, pam. Nada, ¿qué tal?
Kid flowed through that course like it was nothing.
Bim bam para pi pa boom, pi pam para pi pa boom.
The Ceylonian army would have recruited him in a flash. It's no longer a weapon, it's a precision instrument. The Triggers, my brothers. brothers. Bravest men I ever knew. Not everything blew up in the Calamity. Why, Colford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt. So in a way, the beasts of the wilds, they're all survivors too. It takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Colford Cauldron. That learning led to some interesting inventions. The raw power of the world fell right into our hands. Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here. But we discovered other things we're better off not knowing. The unforgiving scent of sulfurous dirt. The taste of air so hot it sticks to your lungs. All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot. The more ash we swept aside, the more light we found. But still we pressed on. After all, when we looked down inside Colford Cauldron, looked down through all the smoke and flames, we saw in there the heart of the world. The heart now laid bare by the Calamity. We had to have it.
We have
As
to.
for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Charleston Bar. Kid's thinking he's got to trek all the way back around the cauldron. Sure, it ain't the most convenient path. Biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. Pops open on him like a pimple on a school day. And where there's one stink eye, there's always more. The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell.
So,
The kid don't shed any tears. With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city, but all the fires died out. There's nothing left of it.
there's nothing. Madre mía, no se calla el narrador.
He comes back looking like the inside of a chimney. The shard works like a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again. We need an awful big lost and found under the circumstances. When one type of firepower ain't enough, there's always the carbine and the bellows. We spotted a pecker carrying a shard to Mount Zan. Can't rightly call Mount Zan the mountain anymore. There's no more mountains now. There's no place left for the beasts of the wild to go. So they figure they'll hold out right here, on a slab of mountain the Calamity forgot. Those beasts been hoarding all the valuables they could find. We only found their little lair because they found themselves a little shard. Creatures of the wild, they've been building a bastion of their own. But they ain't yet prepared for any company. Best thing we can do for those beasts right now is put them down quick and clean. Besides, we have to take back what's ours. Even if the beasts of the wilds won't like it. What the city left behind, those beasts took for themselves. It takes a lot of convincing, and our mortars have to do the talking. Look at it this way, it's either them or us. But if we win, they win too. Our bastion is everybody's game, not just ours. Unfortunately, there's no explaining that to a simple beast. Those beasts been hard at work fixing up the place. They've rounded up their survivors, just like we have. They've been searching for cores and shards, just like we have. Maybe they've thought about turning back, just like we have. We just really need their shard. That's the way. He's done what's best for him, don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Ya, pero no pena. Pero
We'll all be
Iris,
better off
Iris.
once the Bastion is complete. Fixed that thing right up, didn't we? Made these goings-on a little livelier. Kid arrives just in time to sample Zia's famous cooking. He wolfs down too much too fast, and it all goes to his head.
No me jodas.
I've said a lot about the kid, but he ain't the only one wrapped up in all this.
La, la, la,
What's he thinking? Well, let me see if I got this straight. I only heard it once. Once there was a normal Ura girl, but she wasn't born in the Tassel terminals like the rest of her people. She was from Ceylania. Her folks were orphaned in the war, taken in and raised inside the city, on condition they would never return to the terminals. Ura refugees who came into the city had to stay for life. It was a way to reduce the risk of city secrets leaking out. The mama passed away from birthing complications, leaving the girl trapped inside that city with no one but her father. Father was sharper than a brusher's pike, so he got a job working for the city's mancers. His daughter barely saw him. Her father told her nothing of her Ura heritage. He told her nothing of the Mancers. It's for your own good, he said. took to studying the arts, learned more through music than history books, gained a knack for strings and songs. At first, she tried to be like other girls, but her classmates spread word that her father was an Ura trader, selling out the city. One young man stood up for her, or so he led her to believe. He knew much of her heritage, and she grew fond of him. Take him to a family den to meet her father. Spoke of how he wanted to meet a man from the terminals. When the young man greeted her father in the Ura's native language, her father flew into a fit of rage and threw them out. The young man never told her that the Ura's native language is not to be used by foreigners. To do so is a terrible insult. Then that she decided to escape. The two of them could flee the city together and go to the Tassel terminals. They would hide inside a garbage bin until it got ingested by a scumbag. Then let him slosh on out of the city for disposal.
2-0.
But the authorities were already there when that scumbag sidled up to the city walls. The young man had sent the authorities a tip. Told him her father was using her to sell secrets to the Tazzle terminals. She and her father were arrested for treason, but her father got a deal. Returned to work for the Mansers, and she'd go free. Before they parted ways for the last time, her father whispered a desperate plea. Hurry home to the den and lock yourself in.
One day that wall is gonna fall. Gonna build that city on a hill. Gonna build that city on a hill. Someday those tears are gonna spill.
She did as she was told, and deep down underground inside that den, she found a journal written in her father's hand.
To the sky.
The next day, the door to the den turned to ash. The girl came up for air, and she saw the calamity all around her.
Muy bueno. El pasado, presente y futuro.
When the kid wakes up, his world's still in pieces, just the way he left it. Suppose it's true a little song can put things in perspective. The monument's getting better. Zolf sure did a number on it, though. Seems the gods recommended this place to all their friends. The solid frame can put an extra sting in every slice. Nothing makes a gun so dangerous as a keen eye.
Someday the world is gonna fall.
Gonna build that city on a hill. Gonna build that city.
Just a couple shards left. The quarry's gotta have one, right?
Someday those tears are gonna spill.
Imagine everything you'd need to build a city like Caelondia. It takes hard work and planning, and it also takes burstone quarry. The Ura tunnels beneath the quarry must have softened the blow from the calamity. We bought the whole place from the Ura on the cheap. Same goes for what's needed. Rattletails. Rattletails ain't the worst of it either, but more about that in a little bit. We windbags smaller than the naked eye can see are nesting in those rocks. Not only are these rocks a source of life, we found that the oldest ones remember things. They're recording everything, all the time, taking it all in. No wonder all those beasts were drawn to the quarry. The rocks were calling them. Keeping the quarry free from pests turned out to be a problem. Rattletails kept tunneling in to snack on windbags. Without those windbags, the quarry might not have its special qualities. Even stink eyes started taking root in here. Now, why would the Ura sell off such a fascinating place? The Ura always were a superstitious lot. Might be the gods told them the quarry's bad news. In any case, it's fair to say the quarry was a godsend. Those rocks, all polished to a mirror sheen, the largest ones, you know as cores.
Esto siempre peor. Me caí.
The smaller ones, we call them shards.
Okay.
A shard's got a fraction of a core's power, enough to fuel a voyage to the motherland. Well, now the quarry's all dried up. These rocks are much too young to be of use. Remember how I said rattletails ain't the worst thing in the quarry? That honor goes to a beast we took to Colin, Sir Monkey. Massive thing stomped many of our boys. We just couldn't get rid of him. The only thing harder than the rocks in Bastion quarry was Sir Monkey's head. We never could get stubborn old Monkey to leave the quarry alone. Then the kid hears a voice calling from down the hall. "Are you all right?" it says. "It's him.
Hijo de puta.
I've come to warn you," he says. "The Bastion is under siege. Let it fall. You should not go back." Kid hears him, but he ain't about to be deterred. "If that's the way it is," he says, "then I won't stop you. Because my countrymen will."
Chúpame la pinga, te dije yo. A mí nadie me pega a los viejos y a la niña. A la chorba no,
Say what you will about Zolf, but he's a man of his word. His countrymen don't much care for pleasantries, though. Zolf showed them the way here, and here they came to take revenge. They got inside the Bastion and shut the door. Kid's gotta go in through the back. I should have told them sooner about all this. See, the Bastion's no mere safe haven. Big surprise, right? Unfortunately, they broke in, and they started digging their hole. Something wrong sprung out of those holes, and it's eating away in this place. We tried to stop them, but we needed help. Squirt, you don't make it. Somehow, some way, he sends those Ura packing. Problem is, it didn't matter. Zolf's plan worked. We find each other as the dust settles. Then I tell him why the Ura came.
A porcía.
To get us back. For the calamity.
Pero no es nuestra culpa.
It was Ceylandia's master plan to wipe the Ura out.
Ah, bueno.
But part of that plan backfired, didn't it? If only Zolf knew the whole story. What were we to think? They must have got her, taken her back to her rightful home.
Shit, man. Me caí.
Black rise like hot pineapple chowder on a cold day. Brings back memories. The shards can put this disease in remission. But there's only one cure. We need to finish what we started. The memorial may be finished, but our part is far from over. Now all we need is one last shard. They said the wild could never be tamed. If only they could see us now. Just can't get enough of that good home cooking, can he?
No quería ir. Por favor, no quiere matar a 50 pechos otra vez, por favor.
Knocks him into an uneasy sleep.
Oh, vaya, qué pena. No quiero, por favor.
The Ura swooped down from the east. At least now we know the way.
Do you know the way? Yes, I know the way.
One last shard. It's all we need to put this mess behind us. And mother, what a mess it is. A mess like that could have only been made by hand. At the heart of the calamity was a simple idea. We never wanted to go to war again. Wanted to rule it out. We put a lot of folks against that problem. Scientists, soldiers, spies, even me. We sought solutions far beyond the city. Travel near as far as the kids go right now. Most of our efforts didn't bear fruit. Then there was a breakthrough, but it didn't come from one of our people. It came from an Ura, a brilliant young scientist named Ven. Ven worked for the Mancers, the sharpest knives in the city's drawer. With his help, the Mancers devised a way to seal the Ura tunnels shut in a flash. Just like that, every last Ura living in the Tassel terminals will be gone. This discovery was never to be used, they said, except as a last resort. We're lucky to be alive.
Venga
But Ven didn't like being manipulated. He had plans of his own.
Joder.
He sabotaged the Mancer's little science project, set it to blow up in their faces. Imagine how Ven must have felt when they finally made him pull that trigger. But remember, the Bastion can fix everything. We just need that shard. Too bad the Ura ain't exactly been willing to collaborate on that front. For now, the kid had little choice but to pick up where the Calamity left off. First things first, though. There's someone we figure needed rescuing.
Sam.
See ya.
Let's go.
The Ura fell back, no doubt planning the next move. But we knew ours already. There's something we had to do before going after that last shard. Well, now it's personal, ain't it? It's personal for him, and it's personal for me. They never saw him coming. He gets his hands on the care package I sent him. It's a little something I've been fixing up in my spare time. The Hura found a way to keep the calamity from spreading through Sultan's Hollow. Kid has to put a damper on their plans. They got their own security and everything. Pretty fancy. They've got these conductors that are all what's keeping the place together. Break enough of those things and the calamity rocks slink back into the ground.
Experto en demoliciones, señor.
Those rocks are like tumors, the same kind the Hura planted in the Bastion. Well, the Hura must be in a panic right about now. Kid's done using the calamity's power for now. But the Hura ain't finished. They even sick their little rattletail pets on the kid. Those rodents are just a bump in the road. By now, every Hura from here to the terminals must know he's in town. Most of the Hura's conductors are squared away in the middle of the hollow. They're easy targets. The Hura keep hanging on to their barricade. After all, their homeland's not much farther. Those calamity rocks must be eating that place apart from the inside.
Vale. Qué maravilla.
Maybe they know they've lost this. Lost to a kid.
It ain't no kid. ¿Qué hizo?
They underestimated us. Had us pegged all wrong. Yes, our people caused the calamity, but here we are trying to fix it. That makes us different from our people now, don't it? Suppose old Zolf should have got to know us better. Maybe I should have trusted him. Told him everything I Zolf, the Hura, they have every reason to be angry. Beyond angry. But when this is all over, it'll all be water under the bridge. As the hour grows desperate, the Hura bring out their big guns. There's nothing standing in his way no more. He sees the Tazzle terminals loom large on the horizon.
They're coming.
Way out there on the edge of the world, that's where he finally finds you. But it ain't like Prosper Bluff this time. Ain't nothing for the scout to sing about now. Zia, you weren't kidnapped. No, ma'am. You just had to see what happened to the Hura. To your own people. You had to see if everything Zolf wrote to you was true. We're all a little short on friends these days, so that's a welcome sight. Sure you didn't drop that twangy thing on purpose, just to see if he'd go after you? They lost everything, didn't they? But they just keep on fighting like that's gonna bring it all back.
Sigh. Quieto, quieto, quieto.
The service for all the men and women who serve Celandia. The country, she's all to pieces now, but still looking good. Taught him a little something from my days on the front. I don't need to see what happened to the Hura. I'm trying to undo it, remember?
Perdón. Perdón. Vale, 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 vale,
He ain't all that shy. Once the kid gets that last shard from Zolf, it'll all be over.
Estamos en el final.
I can't hear him at all anymore. He's too far away. but he'll be all right. Just needs to get that shard from Zolf and come on home. The calamity hit the Tazzle terminals hardest of all. You know why Zolf went back there. The place was his home. All his old friends and family were there. Zolf must be there all alone, just waiting. You know what's funny? All of us are waiting for a kid. Look around. There's not much left to do here in Bastion, I'm afraid. So why not tell each other stories to pass the time, right?
Dale, dale. Cuéntame historias.
But Zia, there's another reason I've been telling you all this. There's something I want you to understand. When the kid brings back that shard, the Bastion will be complete. This disease the Earth planted here will go away. What happens to Zolf no longer matter. Zealandia will be whole again. Everything will be back to normal.
Mira, te quieres morir.
Everyone will be all right. The problem is, we'll all be gone.
Fuck.
But we're not gonna die. It's more like all of this will just stop. Things will go back to the way they used to be. That's the power of the Bastion. This whole place is a living record of the times before the calamity. The way things were before this story. You'd be your old self again. Think of all those times that didn't go your way. life's little setbacks. Imagine if you could have another go at them. No mistakes. Anyone you've ever heard. Everything you've ever done, you could do it over. And wouldn't that be grand? Wouldn't you agree? Well, I guess there's nothing more to say.
Let's go.
Who am I kidding? Look. There's something else. A confession.
No me digas que te tengo que matar a ti también.
How come I know so much about the Bastion?
A ver.
Well, I designed the place, but that's beside the point. There's one problem with a place that sets things back to a bygone time.
Yo soy...
You can't test it.
Ok.
So you're probably wondering if the calamity happened already.
Yo soy el viejo, ¿no?
What's to
Con la
stop
cara
it from
del perro.
happening again after the Bastion does its thing?
Yo soy el viejo ese. Mierda, estamos en un bucle perpetuo de cosas.
The answer is... I don't know.
¿Cómo? Yo soy tú, tú eres yo. Dime quién es el más tonto de los dos. Esa está la cuestión.
You're wondering if there ain't some other way out of this mess. It's all right. I can tell. But why would you even want another way? Unless you wanted to stay here with us.
Pero esto se lo está diciendo a
Well,
García.
that's sweet and all, but I don't know if I can stick around.
Toro. Toreto.
The weight of the calamity, it's on our shoulders. We can't just let it go. Bastion does have another function, strictly speaking. If ever the monument blew out, we couldn't repair it. We could still evacuate. First, we'd round up as many folks as we could carry. Next, we'd detonate the cores, and we'd take off away from here.
Cobarde.
Heavy, ain't it? Of course, that would mean no going back. Ever. But then again, that way all of us could leave the city. Together.
Vale.
You know Zolf and his countrymen won't be giving up that shard without a fight, don't you? Zolf and the Ura, all they want now is to see the Bastion fall. Zolf dedicated his life to a lasting peace between the Ura and Caelondia. He can't have imagined the city would try to wipe the Ura out. Zolf ain't lost every shred of decency though, has he? He tried to warn you about his plans. He tried to warn you again. For Zolf, this ain't a personal matter. One thing's for sure, the Ura can't be happy that the kid followed Zolf all the way home. Kid saved Zolf once, but I don't think he'd make the same mistake. I wouldn't. Don't you worry, though. Once the Bastion's restored, it'll all be all right. You ain't still thinking about that whole leaving the city thing, are you?
Puesto el control porque vamos.
Kid's probably dealt with Zolf by now. He reminds me of myself when I was his age. I ever tell you about those days?
Lo que me faltaba, el pasado de este ahora. Ah, vale.
Hey, kid. Get up, kid.
Only these get locked to get used to.
Come on, that ain't funny. I say get up. That's more like it. Now, set that shard into the monument there. Then we'll talk. The Bastion. It's finally finished. Now, there's something I want you to see. Welcome to the heart of the Bastion. I ain't one for long goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions. Hey, kid. You can undo the calamity here and now. Go on, kid. And before I forget, thank you. Always wondered what the motherland was like. Not that it matters anymore. Zolf only brought more ruin to the Ura. No wonder they didn't take kindly to him. You've got one thing left to do, so you hang on to that badge. Besides, you earned it. Don't let anything you've done get to you. You can save all those creatures here and now.
You made it. So, let's see. You can either prevent the calamity, or stick around with me and Rex. I'd hate to be in your shoes. If I could be any place I wanted, I'd stay right here. We could go anywhere in the world. Zolf tried to talk me into joining him. I tried to talk him out of it. I guess we both failed. When I finally found my people, I told them we could help. They just took me for a traitor. Glad you showed up. Any moment I'd want to live again happened after the calamity, not before.
Vivir en un mundo de mierda, entre comillas, mierda, o repararlo todo y nosotros desaparecer. En esta opción quedaríamos solamente nosotros porque me cargaba toda la población de elfos. A ver, habrá gente por ahí seguro. Y en esta... Hostias putas. No es fácil,
Oh, mother. And here I figured you'd had enough of me by now. You could have undone the calamity itself. But instead you want to stay. In a world like this.
Light on my...
I gotta admit, kid, I ain't yet put much thought in that idea. But carrying on, with you here, we can't go back no more. But I suppose we could go wherever we please. And if anyone's left out there, I sure would like to see the look on their faces when we dock this thing right on that doorstep. Getting ahead of myself, though. I'm gonna need a first mate. What do you say?
Qué juegazo, tío. Pues es un juegazo, de su peña, la verdad. Y ya os digo que tengo pensado pasarme este, Transistor y Pyro. A ver, no me lo voy a pasar porque ya me pasa al 100% el juego. Es como... ya estoy cansado de ese juego. Además es un roguelike, no tienes que tener mucha historia. O sea, tiene historia, pero... voy a pasarme Bastion, Transistor y Pyro. Bastion ya está terminado. Transistor es, en mi opinión, el mejor de los tres. Y Pyre nunca me lo he terminado, lo he intentado, pero no sé, como que no me engancha. Pero voy a probarlo. Cuatro horillas de juego, O sea, bueno, 3:40 de juego. Ni tan mal. Y yo me he dedicado a hacer cosas. Entre comillas, no todas, pero... Vale.